The Cell Games. At last, the day arrives, and the Earth's strongest warriors converge on the Cell Games arena. Goku is the first to challenge the monster, and after an impressive display of fighting prowess, he surprises everyone by forfeiting the match. Goku bows out, conceding that he is not strong enough to defeat Cell, but he offers up an even stronger fighter to take his place, Gohan. Goku believes that if Gohan's anger is provoked, he will release his true hidden potential and defeat Cell. Cell is eager for the challenge. In an attempt to fuel Gohan's rage, he releases an army of Cell Juniors and orders them to attack the rest of the Z Warriors.
And with that loud cackle, we're starting the last part of Let's Play Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Hey there everybody, Destroyer X here, and of course welcome to part 13 of Let's Play Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Our objective in this particular mission is we have to defeat all the Cell Juniors. And all the Cell Juniors, they must be stunned simultaneously. Now, I never really knew exactly the best way to, accomplish this lovely little task, so I just keep pummeling the Cell Juniors and hope that eventually I can get all of them knocked out, stunned simultaneously. You only have a short amount of time after you stun after you stun some Cell Juniors to make sure the others are stunned, because if you don't take care of them as soon as possible, then the stunned Cell Juniors will recover and you'll have to begin the process all over again. Once again, I have yet to come up with a good strategy for this, except for just, well, pummeling everybody as much as you can, and as fast as you can. That's just about all I can think of. So yeah, I wish I can give a better strategy than what I have, but I can't. I could probably look one up on game FAQs or game facts if you like. To see what other people have done, and I don't think I'm going to do that because I don't have enough time to do that, because at the near the 4.5 minute mark of the video, about 4.5 minutes in, I end up defeating all the Cell Juniors anyway, so yeah. I probably should have researched this before I actually started recording the commentary, but you know what, it's okay. After all, it's not like this is very hard. As long as your as long as your health bar is incredibly high at this point, and as long as you've been collecting, collecting key capsules and health capsules throughout the entire game, which are the red and yellow capsules, then you have no problems in dealing with the Cell Juniors. At least I don't think so, but that's just me. So yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah. Let's see. Well, there isn't much else that I can say. Some people apparently, one of the things I've read is some people use key meters, use a short-range teleport, target one, pummel him, and then after that, teleport, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, so on and so forth. But we're about done anyway, so here comes some more plot.
As the Z Warriors struggle to survive the vicious attacks of the Cell Juniors, Android 16 attempts to subdue Cell in a desperate move to end the violence. The monster Cell, however, is not easily subdued, and with a single devastating blow, he reduces Android 16 to scrap metal. Upon witnessing the peace-loving android's untimely demise, Gohan's rage is at last ignited, much to Cell's delight.
So with that mission objective is out of the way. So now what do? Well, we're about ready to battle Perfect Cell, which will be the probably the hardest battle in the game. Who knows? But I'll talk about that here in just a second after we get into some more plot.
The final showdown. After witnessing the destruction of Android 16, Gohan's rage ignites, and in an explosion of raw power, he ascends to a new height of Super Saiyan strength. In this anger-fueled state, Gohan obliterates the army of Cell Juniors, then sets his sights on their cruel master, Perfect Cell.
I will rule the universe.
Now we're facing off against Perfect Cell. So now the mission objective right here is defeat Perfect Cell, which we have to do by attaining Super Saiyan 2 mode and lock Ki Blast with Cell. So what do we do? First of all, you can pummel Cell as much as you want in normal Super Saiyan mode, but you're not going to be able to damage him. And Cell is capable of performing combo breakers, so that makes things a little bit more difficult and a little bit more challenging in my eye, and makes it a little bit more enjoyable. But what we have to do is we have to actually, in order for us to actually damage Cell, we have to be able to transform into Super Saiyan 2. So basically we have the regular Super Saiyan meter, and if we keep performing melee attacks, it'll actually charge the meter even further, and then from there we can actually turn into a Super Saiyan 2 the exact same way that we would turn into a normal Super Saiyan. So yes, all we would have to do is at this point just charge up once we have the Super Saiyan 2 meter completely full, we just charge up our ki, and then enough to where we can explode with an amount of power to obtain Super Saiyan 2. Of course, as you're aware, if you get hit, you can actually, of course, that Super Saiyan meter will drain. So you want to make sure not to get hit. So, of course, not only does that drain the meter, it's also going to drain some of your health too. So, yeah, as you can see there, my Super Saiyan meter is drained because I got hit. So now I just have to keep pummeling Cell until my meter is charged completely, and after that point I can actually start to charge my ki enough to turn into Super Saiyan 2 and basically start pummeling Perfect Cell, because without that power up I can't do it. So yeah, but it's not too difficult in all honesty. Probably the most difficult part, of course, would be to, of course, charging up the Super Saiyan meter to Super Saiyan 2, and then get enough of an opening to where you can actually transform into a Super Saiyan 2, which I have done just now. Now I can start pummeling Cell, and he's pretty much, Cell's at my mercy at this point. So you just pummel him, and eventually you'll get to the point where we get into a cutscene. And the cutscene, of course, will explain that we have to lock Ki Blast with Cell, which, well, you'll find out more about that here in just a second, actually. So here comes some more plot.
Gohan bombards Cell with a series of punishing blows. His final punch so powerful that it causes the monster to spit out the absorbed Android 18. No longer complete, Cell's body returns to its previous state, and with the resulting loss of power, his defeat seems certain. Rather than be defeated by a child, Cell chooses to blow himself up, and the Earth along with him. With mere seconds left to act before the fiery explosion, Goku transports himself and Cell to King Kai's planet, once again sacrificing his life to save his friends. The battle with Cell is not yet over, however. A single cell of the monster's body survives the blast, from which he is able to regenerate, once again attaining his perfect form. Cell returns to Earth to finish the battle with Gohan, locked in the final showdown.
Gohan, you've got to use the Kamehameha to defeat Perfect Cell.
And as Piccolo said, we're going to have to use the Kamehameha to beat Perfect Cell now. So what we'll want to do is, once we get an opening, just fire the Kamehameha and point it right at Perfect Cell, and the battle is over!
Gohan summons the last of his strength, and with a helpful push from his father in Otherworld, his Kamehameha wave overwhelms Cell. When the smoke clears, Perfect Cell is no more, and a new era of peace on Earth has begun.
Now, the ending itself, well, I would have expected just a little bit more from the ending. I mean, in terms of the... we beat Perfect Cell, so technically that's the end of the game. But you would think that we would see things like, Trunks being brought back to life with a wish from Shenron. You would think we would see scenes of Trunks actually going back into the future and destroying Android 17 and 18 in his time, and then defeating Cell in his time. But we don't see that. I wish we do. But we don't. Instead, we get treated to this mediocre ending, which makes me think, you know what? They rushed the end of the game. But in all honesty, wasn't that bad. In all honesty, I just felt like that it did. I mean, some of the things in the game did become monotonous, and I did feel like the ending was rushed. Especially not just the ending, but the end of the game felt rushed because we got two different missions where we have to train in the hyperbolic time chamber, which I don't care for that term. I prefer the original Japanese term, which is the room of spirit and time. But I guess that's too many words to say in the English dub, so we get what we get. In all honesty, I don't like the fact that many of those enemies that we encounter in the game, they don't actually perform a lot of combo breakers, so it makes it a lot easier to us to stun lock the enemies. So you get a sense of being unfulfilled, but at the same time, you also get a sense of, well, I mean, you completed the objective, but you would think that it was a little bit tougher. All in all, though, I mean, the game was pretty good. I mean, it's not the best Dragon Ball Z game out there, but it's certainly not the worst. So, yeah. I wish they would have made a Dragon Ball Z Sagas 2 to finish up the Buu Saga, or actually extended this one out to where we can actually get into the Buu Saga, but they did not do that. Anyway, I hope that everybody enjoyed my LP of Let's Play Dragon Ball Z, and if you want to stick around for the extra video, I'll have that up at some point, but until then, I will see you in my next LP. So take care, everybody, and ciao for now. Bye.